The Cursed Hotel is one of the worst horror video games I have ever played, and so far the worst horror game of 2025 that I've tried, largely because the game is insanely buggy and glitchy to the point it's impossible to beat, and looking at the reviews on Steam, I wasn't the only one who ran into major performance issues with this game. This title has just about every glitch you can imagine. Invisible walls blocking your progress, falling through the floor, essential quest items not spawning in, you name it, there's a chance this game has it. Which is rather sad if you ask me, as when the Cursed Hotel did work like it was supposed to, it's actually quite fun. Now, the plot of the game is that you're in, well, a cursed hotel, and you're trying to escape via an elevator. But it's broke, and each game starts by giving you a prompt that says, fix the elevator. Yeah, I'll fix the elevator as soon as the devs fix the game. Anyways, you have to search the floor to find the required parts to fix it in order to move on to the next floor. And you'll run into zombies who try to stop you. Your default weapon to fight the Zeds is a pocket knife, and I ran into two zombie variants. Slow zombies and fast zombies, who you can kill by slicing them with your blade and dodging their attacks. Or you can shoot them if you found a gun. As far as I could tell, there weren't any melee weapon options other than the knife, but I did find two handguns, being a revolver and a 9mm pistol. I didn't see any real difference between the two firearms, but they do have separate ammo types that are scattered around the game. Wrapping up combat, there was one monster I ran into once that one-hit me, and that's all I can really say about it. I stupidly didn't think to clip my encounter, but it was a big monster that was possibly based off Nemesis from RE3. As far as health goes, you have a non-regenerating health bar, but you can find medkits every now and then to patch yourself up. Changing topics to discuss horror elements, this title did a decent enough job, having some blood and gore just splattered around. Plus the game is insanely dark, so I guess that was supposed to contribute to the horror atmosphere, although I turned the brightness up while editing for the sake of this video. Now one thing I will praise this game for is level design. Every time you start a new game, rooms and items are rearranged, so that no two games are ever the same, which on paper adds some replay value, but when the game is broken and almost constantly glitches, it doesn't add much of anything. The Cursed Hotel didn't have a lot going on soundtrack-wise, but the sound effects were overall pretty good, and this game did do a good job with the retro graphics, and unlike some devs, in the credits, they actually give credit to each individual asset creator, so props there. Shifting gears over to other things, this title does have a basic inventory and map system, so that's something. As far as controls go, this title actually has full controller support and worked just fine with an Xbox One controller. Now I will say this for the devs, they do state that this title is not intended to be a full-blown game experience, but is just a proof of concept, and I do think that the concept of the Cursed Hotel isn't bad. It just fails to deliver because you can't even finish it. I mean, I played maybe 10 games, and 9 of them ended with me having to start over from the very beginning due to the game-breaking glitches, and since this title has no checkpoints, I had to restart the entire game, and not just whatever floor I made it to. And there was that one time I legitimately died, like stated earlier, but since this horror game has permadeaths, well, that also resulted in me having to go back to the very beginning. In conclusion, with all things said, I give this game a 1.5 out of 10 by my grade scale. Still not the worst horror game of all time, hello Amy, but it's certainly one of the crappier ones, and my least favorite of the 3 2025 horror games that I have played. Now, thankfully, the game is free and small in size, but if it was a premium title, it'd receive an even lower score from me. But even with a price of 0, skip this one. There are better free horror games on Steam. Poppy Playtime comes to mind off the top of my head. But as far as a similar game suggestion, I'm going to say Dementium the Ward, a former DS exclusive that has a remaster that was recently ported to Steam. And if you're looking for more retrographic modern horror games, I would say K9 or Kiosk, which is a surprisingly fun horror cooking sim, and I have reviewed both of these games by the way. Links in the end cards if you wish to check them out. As far as our Bible verse of the day, I read Matthew chapter 20, verse 28 NIV. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And that's my review for today, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. For any newcomers here, I mostly play, review, and discuss zombie and horror games, so feel free to check out the rest of my channel if that sounds like your thing. And follow me on GameRam for exclusive behind-the-scenes action and hints at upcoming videos. Like always, none of my content is made by AI, I make my own stuff. Keep YouTube human, and I don't consent to my voice and likeness being modified, altered, and copied by AI in any way. God loves you all, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I gotta go use the bathroom now. Have a good one, peace.